Okay, I'm going to do my preparation and assessment for interview 2 in the same clip here. So my preparation would be, I would anticipate that Carrie would be a bit apprehensive about coming to a social worker because depending on her history with foster care, she may or may not have some negative feelings regarding social workers and their roles. So just be prepared for, I mean, she could have anger, she could just be apprehensive and closed off. We might just need to be a little bit more gregarious in forming that relationship. So just be ready for either presentation. And then I would need to look at, the current resources that we have in the scenario. I'm saying that I'm from Covenant House, so just being aware of resources that we have in our facility, but also elsewhere to see that we have something to meet her needs in that moment. And I would also anticipate that she probably, since she's been on the streets, she probably doesn't smell great. She'll probably come in, who knows what she'll look like or be wearing, and that'd be fine. And also probably pretty hungry and cold potentially. So being prepared for that. For the assessment part afterwards, so the source of the data was, of course, about the 8-minute interview that we did on the 15th. The background is was an 18-year-old female who recently left foster care and has been couch surfing. So that's why she came in to me on that day. The physical side of things, she was approximately 5'6", of average weight, I would say. She was coughing and sniffing at the appointment, and she said she was tired and hungry, which would be kind of presentations I would anticipate. For the intelligence component, she did say she had a high school diploma and that she had previously worked in the food service industry, which she didn't want to do again. So I thought that was good of her to be able to delineate. Oh, that is for my impression section, never mind. Emotional, she did have a difficult time opening up, like she wasn't necessarily an open sharer, but she didn't share anything specifically about her emotional, and I didn't follow up in that. On the social side of things, she did say that she did not have any close friends, and that she doesn't like being a burden to others. The spiritual and religious, we didn't get into anything on that. The strengths that I saw, other than her wisdom in coming in, which I always see as being a strength that they're usually, at least in the contemplation phase or the preparation phase of the readiness for change scale. So I always look at that as being a strong strength, that they did come in and that they kept their appointment. And also, she did have good manners, and she, presented herself accordingly, and that she does desire to work and have an active part in this process. Housing, she's of course homeless and has been couch surfing. The social agency interaction, even though it was not what I anticipated, she said that this was about the first time that she had had contact with a social worker in this role, or with an agency of our nature. She did mention that she had previous interaction with counselors, so I just made sure to delineate that I was not a counselor. As for my impressions, my subjective impressions, I just said that she seems like a smart girl but may have a hard time forming relationships because she doesn't want to be a burden. And that she seems like she just needs a solid support system and encouragement to get on the right track, someone who's really truly invested in her, because intellectually and cognitively she kind of looks like she appears that she needs to take charge of the situation and change it. And she appears that she would have the skills and abilities to do so. So the goal is obviously a job and an apartment or some other permanent housing situation, as well as a close-knit community and social support system. So that is my preparation and assessment for interview number 2.